thousands upon hundred thousands the jingles. But I have a question for you. Out of the 100,000 jingles na umere, how many do you remember? Very few. Sabihin natin, let's say there are 100 jingles so far since the 1900s. How many of that 100 do you remember? Well, I'm sure it's not like 20, right? Okay, I'll talk about that later. Okay, why it doesn't work sometimes. Next, this next one I will shoot my own foot by saying this. There are taglines that don't work. Like the SFM Manila, we have changed the tagline so many times, and there are some that clicked, and there are some that didn't. Pero bakit tayo papalit-palit ng taglines? There are the DJs. Yan, importante sa atin ang DJs. Diba? Sabihin natin, guwapo na siya, he has a nice voice, he has the gift of gab. Sometimes, kahit na he has all of these, it still does not work. Doon tayo, we're on one side of the spectrum, yung pinag-isipan at hindi umanda. Let's go to the other side of the spectrum. Yung mga hindi pinag-isipan, but it worked. What the hell, right? One of them is song revivals. With the current issue, current crisis na nangyayari sa recording companies, they have no choice but to bank on just revivals. Kahit na umiyan yung song, kahit na bagong-bago yung song, uy, what, an acoustic version? And depende yan. I mean, it's not like they really thought about it, pero they know there's a formula behind it. I can't really say na pinag-isipan yan because there was already an existing song. Do you know this other person? Can you see over there? Kilala niyo to? Mr. Fu. Does everybody remember Mr. Fu? Okay. For those who don't, Mr. Fu is one of the DJs, was one of the DJs from 91.5 Energy FM. And now he's with 103.5 Wow FM. And sometimes he goes on TV, TV5. Now, my question is, this guy, I'm going to go on the record here, this guy is not creative. But, wait, he's not creative because if you've heard him talk once, narinig niyo na siya magsalita once, narinig niyo na sasabihin niya for the next 10, 20 years. Pero, why is it that Mr. Fu, despite not being creative, he is still, wait, kilala ba yan si Mr. Fu? I see him on TV. Study that later. And also, if kanina I shot my foot with the taglines, let's say yes FM, I'll shoot my other foot and even say, Papa Jack and Vice Ganda are not great. No, I will get to that later. I'll explain why. So if these are the things, mga pinag-isipan, hindi umandar, ang hindi pinag-isipan, gumana. Kasi parang natanong dyan, pagkari na. So, when we do productions now, that wala tayo, we're gonna start with the PO, whatever, lalapit na natin. Bago tayo magsimula, paano natin malalaman ngayon na this work will actually work? This script, ginawa nyo, will actually work. Is it gut feel? Nakasang pakiramdam ko eh, under ko eh. Batok ko eh. Pwede rin, champa-champa na lang. The more entries, the more chances of winning. Pwede ganyan. Or you could say, gusto ko siya. So, i-arin natin at it will be successful. And lastly, kasi approve ni boss. Ganun ba? Are these the keys para malaman na it will work? I can't really say. So that's my question to everybody. Why is it that there's things na hindi pinag-iisipan works and yung mga pinag-iisipan doesn't work? The truth is, I will be sharing with you for the past 10 years that I've been with MBC and the other works that I've done outside, all the other works that I've done for whatever country I've done before. I will share with you all the experiences, all the keys. And I found out that there is an actual science behind this. Hindi lang siya kutob-kutob lang. Okay. I will pretend to be a mythbuster. I will beat the system. There is an actual science that can raise the percentage of getting a creative work across or to be successful. So, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you. Can you read it? Can you read it over here? I present to you the equations. I'm not presenting you solutions. I'm presenting you equations that you can use para maging successful ang inyong solution. There will be some topics here na medyo dikit sa programming. The difference with this one is, with production and programming, with production, you only have 15s, 30s, 45s, 60s to get your message across. If you miss that opportunity is lost forever. Because you can't really say, when a person's listening, but I want to listen to that station, that person will only get to listen to for 15s, 30s, 45s, and 60s. If that is missed, syempre in programming, i-air natin the next hour, diba? Pambawi. With productions, you don't. Either you make it or you fail. Ganun siya ka-straight. Ganun siya ka-tough. So, if you want to take down notes, I have another question. Sino dito yung mga script writers? Can you raise your hands? Script writers for the production. Script writers. Ayaw, okay. What about voiceovers? I'm sure a lot of your voiceovers, yes? Okay. What about yung creative director? Yung mga nagde-decide kung ano yung tamang pen na gamitin, kung ano tamang element. Meron? Okay then. Okay. Lastly, sino yung mga editors dito? The ones who really use the software. Okay. Here's the thing. If you raise your hand 3 times to 4 times of the many questions that I said, then your production is more or less going the wrong way. It will become more or less a failure. Why do I say that? Because first and foremost, of the equations that you need to recognize and respect the creative process. Because if you do not know this, you don't respect it, wala, palpak, kalat ka na. Chamba-chamba na lang kung makaswerte sa plot. So I'm just gonna, since I only have a limited time here, I'm gonna swiftly go by this. So obviously, the most important, like I said earlier, is the writer. Why is he the most important? Huh? Yes, because the script is the most crucial, it is the peanut of your idea. Pag wala yan, it won't work. Next, the voice artist. Bakit importante ang voice artist? Okay. The voice artist. Well, of course, if you don't get a good voice artist who can execute your plan, your script to the dot, palpak pa rin. Diba? So your voice artist must be very versatile and open. I will talk about this later with the other equations. Next, you need your creative director or producer. I'm sure most of you are wondering, sino ba creative director, sino ba producer? Eh, meron lang tayong mga station manager at production supervisor. It's the both of you. It's the both of you who are one and the same, the creative director and the producer. If you guys are the ones who edit it, then you are more or less the creative director because you are guiding the flow of the entire plot. With the producer, it could be the manager. He could be the one saying na, tanggalin mo ito, bawasan mo ganyan. Parang pelikula lang. Diba? May producer's cut, yung lumalabas sa sine, at syempre ang director's cut. That's the editor. Pero may particular rules dapat ang editor, ang PS, ang translation ka. If there is a separate writer, dapat they should have good chemistry. The writer should know what the programmer wants to happen. Tapos, towards the talent, syempre, how can the talent perform? Kunwari, kung sinisigawan siya, get the lines right! Of course, syempre, parang natatakot na yung voice artist. Di ba? Rattle na. Your momentum is ruined right there. So if your voice artist, if your creative director cannot help the voice artist get to the delivery, wala na. And lastly, it's a relationship. The creative director / producer needs to know how it will be programmed. Because if you only have 15s, 30s, 45s, 60s, and you intend to sana paulit-ulit sana throughout the day, then dapat meron kayong pinag-uusapan. And of course, if I said kanina, writer, voice artist, creative director, the most important person is always the editor. Because habang nangyayari lahat ng itong kaganapang ito, ang palaging nandyan, ang silent observer dyan will always be the editor. And that is why the editor must know all of these. He must know how to do a script. He must know how to voice act. He also needs to know everything that the creative